Hello guys, it's Actor here. Welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. In this video, I will talk about my thought on Raiden Shogun. Raiden Shogun is the Electro Archon in Inazuma. So first question is how we should address her. Raiden Shogun? Jesus, that's too long. How about we call her Baal? Nah, there's a shadow of A. Okay then, let's call her A. But she stayed inside the shadow for so long. The one gave me goosebumps in the PV is Baal. I think we will just call her Raiden Shogun, since this is how Genshin give her the name in PV. Okay, stop the nonsense and let's go to the topic. Shogun is a very strong and enjoyable character in my opinion. Before she released, I'm actually doubting her ability to deal damage with her elemental burst or even providing energy recharge to my team. But after she released and I used her in bossing and Spirit Beast, I found that she's surprisingly stronger than I thought. Her elemental skill and elemental burst can recharge your team energy and increase the damage of elemental burst for your whole team. This makes your team able to use their elemental burst every time they done the cooldown with higher damage. Especially in Spirit Abyss 412, Raiden Shogun can recharge whole team energy even when low tide. This shows that how good is her support in recharging team energy. Not only that, utilizing her kit can help your character like Xingqiu or Xiangling decrease the requirement of energy recharge, which means you can use attack sand instead of energy recharge sand for your character that need 80 energies or higher. Then, in terms of character design and character animation, her design is actually similar with a character in Honkai Impact 3rd, but with a different personality. And her character animation is very cool, especially when she uses her elemental burst, the Buba sword. And her normal attack and normal attack after elemental burst are very enjoyable. When you start clicking your left click from your mouse, whoa, you can feel the enjoyment from her attack animation. And I think she's definitely worth your Primogems to pull her even if she is Constellation 0. Okay, for those who still haven't got your Raiden Shogun, better to get her now, and wish you all the best. This is the topic that is very critical for new player, because Raiden Shogun is not so friendly with new player. Why I say so? Imagine that as a newbie, you need to start rushing the Archon quest to unlock Inazuma for her essential material. Maybe you will argue that the trail mod give you some of her essential material, so no need to worry about that. But the highest level you can go with trail mod is only level 40. Yeah. So after you get that, after you make her level 40, maybe you need to wait a long time until you reach Inazuma and start collect her essential material, and then you can start ascend her. Yes, this is very annoying, right? And not only that, as a newbie, you definitely don't have a good artifact for her and your team. You can't even get her passive talent tool that can help your team to recharge energy. So this is quite a hardship for your team without her passive talent tool and without good artifacts. Yes, okay, I know. The open world monsters are pretty weak. Maybe few hits, they will die in few hits. Okay. However, with those 3 stars or 4 stars artifacts or those 3 stars weapon, your energy recharge for Raiden is definitely not enough for her to maintain her elemental burst up every time you clear some small group of helicals. Yes, because they die too fast, or maybe even though they die too fast, and then you cannot finish the 7 seconds of her elemental burst, so your recharge cannot reach the max, and your talent level are very low, so the amount that recharged by her elemental skill or elemental burst are also low. And you only have level 1 talent. Why? Because you still haven't reached Inazuma yet. And you still haven't unlocked the talent material in Inazuma. So this is the problem. These are the problem. Okay, for new player, these are the problem. And I understand very, very well. Okay? And the energy recharge, and I mean the energy for elemental burst is fixed. It doesn't affect by your character level or your talent level. Your talent level 1 is also 90. Your talent level 10 is also 90. Your character level 1 is also 90. Your character level 90 is also 90. Do you get what I mean here? Which means without all those artifacts or weapon, your energy recharge with this high amount of energy requirement. So as a newbie, you don't have a good artifact, you don't have a good weapon. The character with fixed amount of energy at 90, and you cannot ascend her to unlock her passive talent. Even though you ascend her, you cannot level up her talent skill. So these are the problem with newbie that pull Raiden Shogun. Yes, I know, some player might think that these are all the problem for new Genshin player. But compare her with Zhongli and Venti. Zhongli elemental skill meet the purpose of providing the shield to your team. And Venti elemental burst also meet its purpose of gathering the mob together with only 60 energy. And Venti is a character that can help you solve a lot of problems when exploring Liyue and Mondstadt, like holding his elemental skill can fly. So did you see the difference between 3 Archons? So after all these talks, does it mean she is not worth for newbie to pull? No, this is not what I mean. What I mean here is Raiden is still a character that worth to pull if you planning to play this game for long. If you're planning to play this game for long, she definitely worth your time and material to invest in her. Because all the RPG games are the same. It becomes more fun when you reach higher rank, when you grind a lot, and things took time to improve. No need to rush. Enjoy the Raiden you have at low level. It's also a progress to have fun, and remember, you have 4 characters in the team. If Raiden elemental burst is not up yet, you can just switch to other character to do the damage. They are the same. Okay, they are the same. Just enjoy the game with what characters you have. Since I have Constellation 1 on my Raiden, so I'm gonna do some comparison between Constellation 0 and Constellation 1 Raiden. To be honest, Constellation 1 only increased the speed to stack up the chakra, and the damage should be increased by roughly 10% of her elemental burst damage. And in this comparison, I try to use only elemental burst of the whole team to stack up the chakra and start the stack from the scratch to see how much it will increase. So from the clip, you can see the damage difference is only 4935. So if you ask me whether to pull for Constellation 1, I will definitely say no. However, if you are going for Constellation 2, I would say yes, definitely go for Constellation 2. Okay? There is still some bias in this comparison because we usually use Raiden Shogun elemental skill when we're testing out the burst, but I didn't use elemental skill in both of the tests. And I would say, if you want to have a Constellation, you should better go to Constellation 2 or 3, because the damage difference between Constellation 1 and 2 have a huge gap between them, especially C2. 60% defense ignore is not a joke, okay? It's not a joke. if you plan to make her Constellation 6, I would say this is an investment, because there's no much character in current version that would need this Constellation 6. However, in future of Genshin Impact, they might have some character would have some surprising chemist reaction with Constellation 6 Raiden. Therefore, I say this is an investment. And I believe there are a lot of videos out there with Constellation 6 Raiden Shogun. They show how the team elemental burst rotation. Those are a very strong rotation in Genshin Impact I've ever seen. You can try to find them in YouTube. Yes. Okay, so let me do some conclusion over this video. If you still wonder whether you should pull her or not, I will suggest you to pull her. And no matter you are newbie or current player, she is definitely worth your time, worth your Primogems, worth your material to invest in her. Because she's an Archon. And some player might think that she is a bad character at Constellation 0, but if you have time, you can try to watch my Raiden Floor 12 Supremacy video to see whether she worth your Primogem or not. Especially the character banner now are very good. And of course, with Constellation 0, your team also need to be a little bit stronger, which means this team took time to build. So far until now, 4 stars character without Constellation, but with decent build of artifact, still can do a good job in Spirit Abyss. No need to get 9 star, floor 12 9 star, that is fine. 6 star, 3 stars is also fine for floor 12. No need to waste so much time for that 100 Primogems, unless you want to challenge yourself with the artifacts you have. And the last, for Raiden Constellation, short and easy. Well, just go for Constellation 6 and Refinement 1 or 5 weapons. Dolphin, just go for Constellation 2. Free to play, just go for Constellation 0. She's fine. She's definitely fine at Constellation 0. If you don't have money, just go for Constellation 0. No need to spend too much. Okay? Remember, addicted in gambling is not healthy for your finance. Spend accordingly based on your financial power. Okay? Please do not overdo it. Thank you for watching this video. Like and share this video if this video meets its purpose. See you guys again in my next stream or my next video. Bye bye.